What's up? It's Lip Service. I'm Angela Yee.
I'm Gigi McGuire.
I'm Stephanie Santiago.
What's up? It's Brandee Evans.
Hey, girl.
And what's up, y'all? It's Nicco Annan.
Nicco Annan.
With the sexy voice.
Come on now. Just a little
Quiet
bit.
storm.
You know, it's the quiet storm.
But we are so excited because they are the stars of P-Valley.
Yes.
So, you know, first of all, Gigi, by the way, has been trying to get y'all up here for since the show started.
Mm-hmm.
So we are so glad to have you. Our season 2 has already begun a couple of weeks ago.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so, you know, Nicco as Uncle Clifford and, you know, Brandee as Mercedes.
Yeah.
And we're just glad you're alive, Brandee.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I'm glad to be here today.
That last week's episode. Thank you, Father.
Yes.
Thank you, Father, for getting me off that pole.
Yes, I was scared, girl. I was scared.
It was real, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you did the slide back, it was like, I was like, oh, she missed the connect. She missed
No,
the
because it really felt like, child, don't get it twisted. We was hanging up off that thing for real. So it was literally scary dropping down. Yeah.
And this is not a spoiler, but you know, from episode 2, if you didn't see it yet, Mercedes does have a bad fall off the pole, similar to Tip Drill. Remember when that happened?
I know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
And
very
she was in
similar.
a coma, right, for a while.
Yeah, she literally broke her entire face and had to get reconstructive
Wow.
surgery. Her mouth was wired shut. She just posted a couple of days ago that when she did the Bees in the Trap video with Nicki Minaj, that was kind of like her comeback after the fall. And she said that her face was swollen and her mouth was wired shut, but she was gonna be goddamn if she didn't accept that Nicki Minaj
Yes.
call and
I
go
hear
do that
that.
video. Do that
I hear
video.
that.
The whole way they shot that scene, though, you knew. Because I was like, oh my God. I was watching it and I was like, I know she about to fuck, because you could just tell.
It's the way, like the climb up. You're like, oh girl, she on her way down.
She was-
arm is
she was
that
shaking.
arm was shaking. That arm
That
is,
shoulder, yeah.
Yes, you could tell when it's
And
about to
then-
give out. Oof.
A lot of people don't know this, but the Iron X is already a hard
Hard
fit
stunt.
to stick anyway. So,
Let me tell you, Gigi, that's the one I don't even want to try to learn.
oh, listen,
I
in,
was like-
in all of my
Hold
years
on,
on the pole, I
hold
was
on.
never
What is
able to
it?
do it.
No,
The Iron X.
You're like
So you're literally an
holding-
X.
Yes.
This is the pole, and your
But you
legs are over here.
sideways. Yeah, you're here, and then your
yeah.
legs going out. Like
Okay.
in the big
Yeah.
circles.
So thank you
For the dancers
Izama.
listening and watching,
Yes.
it's in second position.
It's Zama and all my girls that were doing it for me, because I did not do that
stunts.
one. I could
Yeah.
not even begin to Maria Jade. I could not even begin to try that one because I was like, if I turn the wrong way, I'm gonna pop my arm out. Like it's not a game. And I was like, let me let the professionals do this one.
Yeah.
Thank you, ladies.
Yeah.
And FYI, just watching that, because sometimes you go to the strip club, but they don't really have skills. Like
It's a
people
little
just be walking
wine.
around,
Yeah, wine,
cute,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? A little grind on somebody, but to see like that, because look, you know, I used to go see Gigi in Magic City. Yes, but that was like a real performance. It was like, how are they doing this? The snack pack, and that's kind of like what we saw. Yeah. Oh, what? Uncle Clifford.
So
They're in the show.
The other two members of the snack pack are Virgo and Simone, aka Extra Extra, and
Yes.
And Jupiter.
which are
They're in the
cast members
show.
of these girls. I mean,
Yeah.
of these two. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
they're in the club.
they went from last season kind of being a little bit in the background to this season
So
really
proud of them
being
out there, yes.
like
Yeah.
They was killing it.
A-list characters. Like they start off the car wash scene, the
Yes.
Pussyland.
scene.
I wanted to
with
throw
them.
money at the TV.
Yeah.
I know, and it's just
I'm so proud of
they're
them.
doing so good. I'm so proud of
So
them.
proud. Brazil too.
Yes.
So proud of them.
Yeah.
What I love is that how seriously they take this. So it's
Yes.
like they took this opportunity, and I remember being on the phone with Chinette, who plays Brazil, and all the girls, Simone, like they were really like, okay, where can I take acting classes? All of this. So
Maximizing the opportunity.
Yes,
You know
yes,
what
they
I'm
deserve
saying?
everything.
Absolutely. Learning about contracts, like the
Yep.
business of it. It's one of the things that like people talk about, like the vibe of the show and like the family aspect of it. In real life, we do that.
Right.
Like help each other, like get to the next step of like what you need. Or I was just talking to Cherokee actually the other day, just talking about like some contractual things to help her like get different acting agents
Right.
and
That's what
we need to
representation.
do.
Yeah.
Right. Because I don't feel like there's a need to hold information. What we gotta
Why?
hold
It's
it
enough
for?
room for all of us to
Everybody.
win.
Exactly.
And we're so much stronger together.
Stronger in numbers.
Yes.
And
Say
Nicco,
that.
you came from off Broadway, right? You also, so you did the play version,
I did.
Pussy Valley,
Yeah. Pussy
before you
Valley.
actually auditioned and got the role as Uncle Clifford on Stars.
Yeah.
So what was that like for you? And what's the difference between the play and then being on the big screen?
You know what? The big difference is just the amount of people that come to see the show. You know, we're in everybody's home every night. It was crazy because when we did the first workshops of that was here at the Lark Theater on 40, but at the time it was on 44th or something like that. It's no longer here. The COVID pandemic, you know, they crashed and closed during that. But then it was workshop after workshop. Then we went uptown to Hip Hop Theater Festival, I think it was. And they did that with dancers because they kept saying that this story couldn't be told with actors. Actors will never be able to do this. And so a lot of the producers was like, oh, you have to get dancers. And so Katori was like, okay, let's see. So they produced a workshop series with just the dancers. But because it's so script and story heavy, it's hard to do if you haven't had experience in terms of the acting component. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But there's room for everybody. And so she was trying to really communicate the fact that this is a world about story and these people and their lives. She wanted to bring like that kind of relevance and credence to it. So from there, we went to Minnesota, and it was like there's time in between. So when people talk about the time between season 1 and 2, and like what's taking so long, for me, I know.
I was just
my body is still healing.
Oh, you still got some bruises.
Absolutely, because it takes time. That's a lot of work. It's 10 months of our lives that we put together for season 2. And when we did it out in Minnesota, there was a thing that I knew, like, oh, this is really, really, really going to be it. We were doing a full-on play. It was at Mixed Blood Theater. And what happened was at the end of Act 1, there was a fight that happens in the pink. Similar to, you know, Murder Night. It wasn't Murder Night, but it was similar to that. And there were people in the audience. Myself and the actress that was playing Mercedes at the time were hiding underneath the bleachers because it's the theater. Right. We were waiting for the exit. We were waiting for the lights to go black and like, all right, let's head it to the dressing room to change for Act 2. We're under there and the sound cues are going off, pop, 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 pop.
And people ran out?
They got up running. There was like 5 folks that got up and was like, oh shit, motherfucker, get the fuck. Like the girlfriends of the dudes. Okay. The girlfriends of the brothers was like, calm down, this is a play. It's a play. And I was like, what? But because of the sound, the music, you know, there was live dancing in the play. Like, so people get you get caught up in the world. So they forgot that they were watching a play versus being in the club.
Thank God everybody didn't run. That would be terrible.
Right. You know,
that used to happen when Biggie used to perform Party and Bullshit. Oh, yeah. And there's the part of the song where he's like, a fucking fight broke out. And I've seen him perform that twice. And both times people ran.
Wow.
Because it was...
yeah,
because there's a part of the song where it really stops. And then they start like play fighting on stage. And so people would run. I think I was at Jones Beach one time and one time at Howard's Homecoming. And people ran out the party and couldn't get back in afterwards. Wow. So half my friends was outside.
That's crazy.
Did you go out and get them?
No, I listen, I'm not a fan of running when something happens. I like hide behind something.
Yeah, I'm a ducker.
Because that's like how you get trampled when you start running.
I'm definitely a ducker.
That's how it was in Detroit. I'll be at parties and they'd be like running stuff. I'd be like, I'm under the table.
Yeah, you don't want to run. Because that's how you get... You know, you seen Squid Game.
Ooh, shut up. That's
red light, green light.
Yeah. Red light, green light. Just go right here. Yep.
Now, Brandee, for you, right, playing the role of Mercedes, how is that for you? Just even like, okay, there's one scene, and I want y'all to be honest.
Okay.
So let's just say a guy is married, and his wife is okay with him just putting you up in a nice apartment, taking care of you financially. You know, you good. You've had some struggles, but, you know, I'm broke. But this guy is like, look, my wife knows the deal. I'm going to put you up. You ain't got to worry about nothing. You good. Does that sound appealing in any way?
You know what? Yes and no. Yes and no, because it's just like, I'm gonna go and get this little coin. She know. But then it's just like Mercedes says, but a bitch got a little integrity. You know, like, so it's that moment of like, the breaking of the bond of the marriage. In my mind, I'm like, you don't want to do that. But then I'm like, I think about me as a caregiver for my mama, and I'm like, if I had the opportunity, would I do it if I needed to take care of her? And Mercedes is thinking, I got to try to get my daughter back.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a hard one. I would just say I'm not judging.
Yeah, because even not from your position now, obviously, but from the position of that character, it's like there's a lot going on. I could be taken care of.
So let me tell you, I had a situation like that back when I first decided to move to Atlanta. My sugar daddy at the time was like, don't go. Stay. I'll put you in an apartment. I'll buy you whatever car. I'll pay all your bills for 2 whole years.
He was married.
Yeah, and he's like, figure out whatever you want to do, and I got you 2 years. But I'm like, no, I'm going to Atlanta because all I can think of is now you're going to be controlling me.
Right.
And yes, I got this fly ass condo on the water and I got a Benz or whatever car I want. But holidays, you ain't going to be around. I can't have nobody up in and out of here because you got a key.
And you got to be home.
And so it's just like, I'd rather, even though that sounded amazing, I'd rather go on down this path, down this yellow brick road to Atlanta and do my own thing. And yeah, that was a real situation for me.
What about you, Steph?
Well,
and he wasn't bad looking either. It'd be different if he was like terrible. But if he's not bad looking, it's
all
like
right. So Jared, of course, Angela put an extra sprinkle on it for me. So he's fine. He got a 6-pack and he agrees to pay for my bills. I'm gonna have to say yes because my bills are really high.
Because my bills are really high.
My bills are really high, so I'm gonna be like, "Wow, this guy is really rich," and his wife is okay with it. Maybe she and I can be friends.
Okay. Is there a time limit on that there for you?
Whatever his time limit wants to be on it. Like,
he calls the shots.
How long you got 12 bands a month here? Let's go.
Okay.
How long you want to do that for? Right?
As long as it can last, right?
Exactly. Thank you for the break. I appreciate it because I know he gonna get tired eventually.
And Brandee, did you get some new tricks from the show, like to try at home?
Oh, yes. Thank you, Jamaica, Simone, Virgo. Yes. And, I got a pole in the house this season. So, but first of all, my body needed a pole in the house because when you take a break, girl, it was like I couldn't climb again. Like 2 years off, I felt like I was starting all over. So it definitely was hard, but it's been amazing. And it feels good too because we have girls that are there. First of all, I'm a diehard Magic City. Like I've not found a club yet that I love better than Magic. Like I haven't. Like for real. That's the place that I went and studied.
Y'all might not know this, but Gigi McGuire was born at Magic City.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That name and
there was no Gigi McGuire before Magic City. I was somebody totally different.
No, I loved it. And I remember my first experience there. So I was just like, these girls, I remember like hanging from the ceiling. I was like, oh, now this is what I'm talking about. It was a different experience than I thought what a strip club was. So it's been amazing to just learn it and then like to look over at the girls that do it and they like, bitch, that's it right there. Like it feels good. Like even there's all these scars on my body, but I'm like, but I did that shit.
And look good doing it.
That's right.
It's true. Like
yes, you do,
when I was a stripper back in the days, I used to be able to do not what Gigi does, but like a little fake pole trick,
spin.
Now forget it. I could never. Like you said, when you stop, it's over. And it's so painful. I remember I used to have bruises all over my legs. Yes.
I love it. But the thing about it to me is that it's better than the gym.
It is.
No, it is. My body is the best on that pole.
It's the best workout, right?
I took a couple of the classes and I was so sore afterwards because it is not.
Oh yeah, you absolutely feel like somebody beat you in a dark alley with a bat.
That's
like,
for sure.
But
for sure,
that body be ripped up and all these calluses. Once you kind of callus over real good, you be all right.
Yep.
Now, Nicco, let me ask you a question.
Did I get on the pole?
Have you?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh,
so you can do tricks too?
Keep watching.
Not that type of pole.
We talking about that chrome now.
Well, I can do the chrome, I can do the brass, and I can do the chocolate. So it's all good. It's all good.
But okay, so you had a cute relationship, right?
Not a cute relationship. See how she dismissed the relationship?
Well, you ain't calling him back right now. So.
But my whole thing is this. Could you understand where Murder's coming from? He's trying to start this career as a rapper. And it's not an easy thing to do because hip hop can be really homophobic.
Yes.
And he's around people that are, saying things that he feels like, okay, I got to play a certain role in order for me to even obtain any type of success. I do feel like things are different now, but just set in that time period there in the South, like
I think even the time, but I think the region, because you just mentioned the South, right? So something like down, like the type of music that you do. So like Lil Murda does trap rap, right? Trap rap is different from like pop rap. You know what I'm saying? I think in a pop rap, it's a little more acceptable. But to me, as the character, I think that, there's a lot that Uncle Clifford has worked really hard and a long time to like accept who she is and all of the things. And once you get a piece of knowing who you are, for somebody to come along in a relationship, regardless of how much money they got, how floss they got, how much floss, how fine they may be, it's like, I'm not going to give that away.
Right.
Because it took me too long to get to this level of knowing myself. That's how I feel as Uncle Clifford. As Nicco, I understand. I think that for me, there's a level of just straight authenticity that can kind of cross those boundaries. I think my size affects a lot of people's views of Nicco as a Black gay man. I think being from Detroit, like you could tell, like, wait, I don't know if I can really fuck with that nigga. You know, like, you know, he ain't gonna just be no easy pushover. You know what I'm saying?
The one you gonna try.
Right. But I also, like, I'm a warm person, but I'm also the one, like, don't cross me. You know what I'm saying? And I think that a level of, I don't have to perform. I don't have to perform my Blackness, my gayness, or my anyness for you. So I think sometimes that kind of comes across. So authenticity is the key.
Can you forgive, you think? Can Uncle Clifford forgive for real?
That right there. I think it's more so about, like, something has to happen. Like, you talking, you can say sorry all you want, but how you backing that up?
Right.
Because you said sorry on murder night. You know, Lil Murder said sorry on murder night.
But it's the actions that matter.
That's right.
You can't just
I mean, he has been texting.
Right.
He has been trying and he popped up
But
at the
texting in
door.
private too, though, because you embarrassed me in public.
Well,
What she said. What she said. And I think a lot of us have had an experience like that where somebody has maybe played you or like you have your heart, you know, and it's like, wait, no. Like you fucking up. You really messing up, like the way you coming at me. You're not being full and truthful. So I'm out. But I think that for them, the two characters, I think that there's some life that has to kind of happen. This season with them being in the pandemic, I think that there's a lot of, like, we call it the pandemic pining, you know, where that touch hunger. Everybody, you just wanted to be touched, whether you were in a relationship or not. I know I was stuck here on 43rd Street. I was on 43rd and 10th, stuck literally when the pandemic, everything shut down.
Damn. And New York was shut down.
Yes.
Down. It was like scary.
So
Yeah.
strict.
I
New York
never
was
seen
one
it.
of
And
the
it was
strictest places.
dangerous outside.
Yeah.
No, it felt like only zombies were outside.
For real, to look out the window and see 42nd
Nothing.
Street and
That's
nothing.
never happened.
I was like,
Something
this
right.
really feels like The Walking Dead. For real.
Zombies, right?
Exactly. I was like, what's really about to go down? But I found myself cooking because I like to cook. You know what I'm saying? Got to keep the thighs thick. But I was like, there's nobody here, and you are over here roasting these nuts to put on this peanut butter and jelly sandwich with these fresh blueberries. Not those nuts. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I was cooking, and I was taking these extra layers and doing the cooking. I was like, you're not doing Julia Child's work, but there's nobody here. There's nobody that's going to appreciate this. So I feel like that layer of, like, the pining and the pandemic, it makes it harder and makes you sometimes make some reckless decisions, you know, as we see.
Everybody knows somebody called somebody shouldn't have called.
There we go. Shut up. Like I sent that text. You up?
Yep.
Right.
FaceTimes. Some good FaceTimes went down. I know that's right.
Come on. You had your
You
good
up for
FaceTime.
me?
Yeah, I had some good FaceTimes.
I love it.
I mean, what else can you do? And I was working from home every day. You know, it was tough. So, and I live by myself. And so, but I did have my friend Jasmine. She came and she stayed with me for like months. So that
You
was
needed
cool.
that.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it wasn't always just about romance or, you know, like, you know, sex or nothing like that. It was just like, oh, yo, I actually haven't had a hug.
Right.
Like, just like
We were
seeing my
going for
people.
walks every day, like saying, I got to go outside and at least
to
go
do
for a
something.
walk.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
because I needed like air. I needed to just be outside and
To
like
feel some
move
sense of
around.
normalcy.
Yeah. Yeah. It was tough.
And I know it was tough at, you know, for P Valley too.
Baby.
Yes, I mean, you playing a stripper. Everything's about touch and closeness and
Intimacy.
yes. And even when we started filming, it was just like, wait, how can
Yeah.
we good?
there was a
Mask on,
hiccup.
mask
Can we
off.
do this with 6 feet? No, we can't.
Right, exactly. Like, who doing lap dances 6 feet
6
apart?
feet apart.
No,
Right.
yeah.
I mean, there was
Nobody.
a couple of hookups there, so I already know that, you know,
That the 6 foot rule wasn't standing.
there's a baby came out of P Valley already.
Well,
I love that part though.
I know.
You know,
love
like women could do anything, like to see Jupiter up there and have a
Oh my
baby. Like she's
God.
pregnant.
And
like,
what the fans don't know, what the viewers don't know, is that she was really pregnant.
she was
That is
really
correct.
pregnant.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
She was really pregnant.
she was literally really pregnant, like still doing her stunts
Yep.
and everything.
Everything.
Oh,
I
Yeah.
remember how nervous she was to tell Katori, and Katori was just like, Absolutely.
Put it in the plot.
Wrote in like that, 'cause it's real life. It's life. It's a woman.
You know what I'm saying? Actually, this season 2, Katori was pregnant.
Yes.
Oh, that's how I saw she was posting about being a mom.
Yeah, she literally just had her third baby,
having
her
to
baby
fly
girl.
out and
She was directing us and everything, literally
Big old
walking
belly.
around with a big old belly, stepping up. Move. No. Cross over here. Do. Like,
Nice.
There's nothing that y'all can't do.
Yes.
Can we do a big
Strong
reveal
enough
here now too?
Oh, yes.
What would you like to reveal?
Gigi.
It's been baking for a while.
I mean, we knew this, but we've been, sworn
We've
to
been
secrecy. But I feel
tight-lipped.
like, since we have Nicco and Brandee here, aka Uncle Clifford and Mercedes, this makes sense.
Okay.
Dun, dun, dun. So in episode 5 of season 2 of P-Valley, I make an appearance as myself, which is huge.
Yes.
That's like, look at this.
I gave me chills
Goose
too.
Yeah.
To be
So
yourself.
you are Gigi McGuire
Yes.
on here.
Yes. So without giving up too much of what happens, as we know, there's a tour. So when that tour stops in Atlanta, I'm in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Makes
Right.
sense.
I love it.
And I'm a legend in the
Yeah.
strip club.
As
game.
you
So you
are.
wasn't rusty.
I mean,
Well, I don't dance.
Okay.
I-
She don't have to no more.
I would have loved to. I would have loved to
would've
have
loved
gave
to,
a little
by the
1-2
way,
step. I would have. But I mean, if they would have asked me to dance, I would have been ready.
Okay.
However, I do talk, and I have some conversation with Mississippi, Keyshawn, and it's me and a few other legends in the strip club game that we all know and love.
Yeah.
So
Oh my God.
I'm so excited.
I'm
Like,
so excited for you too. Let
Thank
me
you.
ask
And
you
I've
the-
seen it, honey, and you look good.
That's why she's like, I made the cut.
I
We
saw
can
it
talk
too.
about it.
Yeah,
You
I
went and
saw
did
it
like
too.
ADR and stuff?
I did ADR, and also for this interview,
Oh, they allowed you.
They
Gotcha.
sent us 1 through 5 of
I
season
love
2.
it.
So
I love it.
we all saw it.
What is it for you when you say like I get to be myself? Would it be more? Were you more nervous if you had to like play a character or what?
I think playing the character would have been a nervous situation for me because I'm not an actor. I mean, even though as entertainers, we have to put on our stage face, right? So I probably think that I definitely know actually that I would have been able to hold it down had they given me a character. But it's so much of an honor because as a dancer, and y'all everybody knows this, we get put down for using our body to make money, and they think that we're whores and we sucking dick in the back room, and even though some girls do, but all of us don't.
They do that.
right?
They do that.
They
They
think
do
that
that
at a strip club.
Exactly.
So, I mean,
They
Like,
think that
some, all.
Right. So they think that dancers are uneducated. They think dancers have pimps. They think dancers are drug addicted. They think dancers don't take care of their children and that they are, sleeping on couches and airbeds and they spend all their money on weave and whatever else and don't really take care of themselves as women. And I'm all about changing the narrative, know, and this show is all about changing the narrative. This show gives you an inside look on the life of an entertainer, the life of a club owner, what actually happens behind the curtain when we in the dressing room and so forth and so on. So to be able to be honored on a scripted television show on such a big network, such a huge platform that you guys have provided.
breaking records,
right?
okay?
Yes.
1,000, what was it? 1,000%?
1,000%.
I was like, is that a typo?
Over 1,000%. Yeah, over 1,000% rise in viewership for the second season.
Yeah.
To be a part of that as myself, as the girl that was frowned upon because she was a stripper, the girl that, didn't get the opportunities because she was a stripper. For me to be able to, oh my God, I'm shaking. For me to be able to be honored in that light because I was a stripper is just such an amazing opportunity. And I'm so grateful.
love it.
Grateful. I'm so grateful. Like from the time that I got the phone call, I was like, I don't give a fuck if y'all want me to put on some goddamn tap shoes and make a cocktail on top of the bar. I'm doing it. I don't care what they would make me a sweeper. Make me a house mom. I don't care what y'all have me do. Whatever y'all want me to do, I'm finna do it. And when I saw the script and I saw, the scene and everything, I was just like, jaw hit the floor. Like I couldn't believe.
It cements your legendary
believe
status,
it.
though.
Yes.
It is,
For
and I think
sure.
that's how it's written, the legends.
Yeah, it's the
Yes.
legends.
Yes.
Well, I didn't want to give too much. Can I really say what it
You
is?
can say the Legends Ball.
Yeah, just-
Okay, yeah.
Can't
it's
say
the,
who else.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's the Legends Ball.
Yes.
And again, some of you guys' favorite
That's gonna be a
strippers
dope
turned reality
episode.
stars are honored as well as myself.
Yes.
And we had a great time. Now, I'm sad. One thing. I thought I was coming to the pink.
I know.
I
Me
was-
too.
I was
Imagine
ready.
me. I'm like, I'm supposed to meet
Okay, season 3.
I was ready to
Listen, I
come
was
to
just
the
about to
pink.
say,
Yes.
who says that you're not going to be able
Right.
to come to the paint?
Remember that last season with Nineveh? said goodbye.
Yeah. Tony Bryce was just like, oh, it was so much fun. And Lord, the storyline, she back
is
in
all
season
in
2.
And I see Megan Thee Stallions on this season. Everybody,
I know Megan there.
we already seen it on all the
We
news
heard about
outlets.
That is Tina Snow.
Boom.
Okay,
Catch it because that's important. That's important. You know, what's the line? Snow in Mississippi is rare.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And
Yes.
because it is,
Yes.
but you know, one of the things I feel like this season, Katori and like the writers, they were so intentional in honoring. She had this idea of like standing in the sun. So like when you look at the lighting and the things like that, you're going to see a more dramatic and intentional with the look of the show, that whole Delta Noir feel. Yeah. And she said this thing to me one time. She was like, I just want to be able to give us our crowns, you know? And so literally like all of the different people and communities that the show represents, whether it's the dance community, whether it's the rap community, whether it's the gangsters in our hoods, whether it's the LGBTQ plus folks, everybody in our community gets celebrated this season.
The politicians?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, they do.
Yes.
In one shape, form, or another, they really do.
Yeah.
So like that was so important and intentional. So like I was like, yes, and yes, and yes. Because we even mentioned Tip in episode 1.
Yes. You know what? They took it out. That was actually the pilot presentation.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Okay. You're right.
Yep.
You're right.
And I was hoping that continued on, but yep.
All right, now let me ask y'all this. Another thing that happens, right, is how involved do you get in somebody else's relationship when you see that things aren't going well? Like, when do you say, okay, let me interfere? Like, we see what's going on with Keyshawn.
And Derek.
And Derek, right. And, you know, she's coming and she's defending her man, even though he's abusive toward her. So if that happens in real life, when do you say, I got to step in and get involved, or do you mind your business?
That's a tough one. I think you need to know who you're talking to first, because you know you got those some friends. Like for me, it's gonna hurt me, but tell me.
Yeah.
Tell me the truth. I might be mad. I'm gonna process it, but I want to know. I'm gonna be more mad if you don't tell me. Then you have some friends, you know, they're not ready to hear that truth yet, but you also want to have their back. So I feel like in those cases, you just got to be there. Like I'm waiting outside the door. Yep, and I'm ready for whenever. If you want to fall, I got you here to catch you, sis. But also trying to let them know. But some people just ain't ready to hear it. Yeah,
I think also you got to, in speaking to that person and having the conversations, know why they may be doing it, like, or find out the why. When I think about Keyshawn, especially as Uncle Clifford, we have had conversations that told me, oh, this is why you are in this situation. And it's much greater than just the fact that, like, he's just a man, you know, like, you know, but that's more than just her baby's father. There's a reason why he is her baby's father. There's a reason why she crossed that color line, especially in the South. You know,
They
that wasn't
went
something
crazy when they found out who.
I know, right? When they was like, that's
they found out he was white man.
Yeah.
But is it any better if it was a black man?
that's
that
a
was
great,
on a big deal with her?
exactly.
I actually like that twist.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because
It was
But you
definitely a
just thought that
surprise.
because, you know, you just figured.
our own
Yeah.
accustomed to dysfunction, right? You know what I mean?
I know Shannon, who plays Keyshawn, has said that a lot too, because she would get comments and she's just like, I can't believe you letting a white man beat your ass. And they would say that to her and she's like, is
A
it
man is a
better?
man.
A man is a man. It doesn't matter. Even if you're in
Even
a,
if
if
you
you're
in
in a
the
lesbian
same
relationship, and
relationship,
and like it's not okay. Domestic abuse
it's
is
not okay.
wrong.
The
period.
term white beater
Yeah.
came from the white guys with the tank tops.
Tank tops.
Yeah. And they would beat their wives and they started calling them
Was
white.
that the white
tank
guys or
tops
the
white.
Puerto Ricans?
Oh,
She's Puerto Rican.
Okay,
But as Vanessa Bell Calloway said, and What's Love Got to Do with It is not all right to let some motherfucker pound on you.
Yes.
Do you understand what I mean?
Right.
Not.
So,
it's hard though. Have you ever had to like interfere in this? I had a friend that was getting abused, and when I tell you, like, her mom called me, can you talk to her? And everybody that tried to talk to her about it, she would just cut you off.
Right. Yes.
You know, so and then people feel like, oh, you're not a good friend if you don't say something. But then I was also aware that everybody in her family, her friends tried to talk to her and she wouldn't listen to anybody. And so I just was like, okay, I'll just tell her, look, whatever you do, I'm supportive of whatever decisions you make. I just want you to know I'm here, because she wasn't ready.
Right,
And all it's
exactly.
going to do is make her not want to communicate or not want to speak
and
to you.
isolate her
She got to have somebody that,
Yeah.
And the next thing you know, y'all not friends no more, you know, and then he hates you too. So now you really can't be around her, the kids. But she did eventually have to leave him. And I was there ready to drive her to the police station to get that restraining order.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
Holding that neck.
That's
One
right.
of my best friends, she caught this guy that she was so in love with. Doing the most, she caught him with dating men. She caught him doing a lot of different things, and she stood around. And some of her friends that we grew up together, so a lot of the girls couldn't take it anymore and just stopped talking to her. And that was always my response to her, like, whatever your decisions, I support it. You know, like I'm not gonna judge you.
No, I didn't support her decisions. I supported her though.
Yeah.
I can't.
I tried to support. But it worked out. Now she's with a better guy.
Yes.
A more compatible match for her.
Now, Nicco, what your DMs be looking like nowadays?
Not when you lean over that shoulder. You saw her.
Now.
What them DMs looking like?
What's crazy, like for real, a lot of people feel like I'm Uncle Clifford in real life. And they come with this,
I'm sure.
fix my life, like Iyanla kind of a thing going on. So there's that. And then I have gotten a few that's like, you know, some raunchy pictures, like, and I'm trying to get flued out. And I was like,
wait, people told you I'm trying to get flued out?
Literally. Now, I'm going to tell you, those were some white folks that sent that to me. And I was like, now, wait, hold on a minute. This reverse slavery, what's going on? What's happening up in her? You know what I'm saying? Like they own some old fetish situation. But those, they get to the restricted pile.
Oh, okay.
They get to the restricted
They don't
pile.
get blocked, they just get restricted.
What's that? Ain't that the same?
He ain't on social
Okay, so-
media like he's supposed to be.
No.
He
Don't tell me what I'm
none of
supposed
I
to
love
do.
restricting people because then they don't know they blocked.
that part. But you also could just send them to the message request where you can see it all, but they don't know you saw it.
Right.
That's where I'm at.
See, I don't be doing all of that. She
You just
for
keep
real,
it in the request line.
Exactly.
Call the number. You know? I'm not all like. There's a part of like social media for me that it becomes a little much, especially because of the show. Like I'm giving my all. I am bearing my soul. I'm using all that God has given me to tell these stories. I don't owe y'all a post.
Yeah.
I'll get to that shit when I get to it. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's just my healthy way of doing it.
Yeah.
Because for me, what's most important is my art. The social, the posting, the promotion of that, it is great. I absolutely love it. And I'm going to give it to you. But I'm going to give it to you on my own time. I'm a long stroke you. Do you understand what I'm saying?
That's what we like.
Right.
Come on. I'm not going to give it to you 1, 2, 1, 2.
I love it.
Yeah.
What's your DMs looking like, Brandee?
Child, mine just want to talk to me like I'm a therapist. I don't know what's going on. I'm not getting no ratchet stuff. I tried to look through them.
None?
No, I do not.
You lying. You ain't getting not a one dick pic.
I promise I don't have one. I have literally been looking for them. And I
Girl,
don't.
you gonna
like,
get them now. They
I
gonna
feel
see
like-
this and they
I know,
gonna
right?
flood your DMs with dicks.
The men.
You
I
done
feel
open
like y'all
Pandora's
get it worse
box,
than us.
Brandee.
Sometimes I think we do too.
Yeah.
I also get it from women.
I haven't got.
It
I
was
think because
weird
I
to
talk
me.
about mama so much, they like we don't want to do that to her.
Got you.
So I get a lot of I'm a caregiver or I'm doing this with my mom because but I get that, and then I get them roasting me. Like I literally have so many DMs right now. Like bitch, pull it together. How the fuck could you fall? Like you should know better. I have one from last night that was like, so you gonna let that girl from Snowfall come up in here? I'll
You
do
know
you are
what?
the fucking face. How dare you? And they was like, do better. I was like, ooh.
Damn.
Like, we're talking about Gail Bean.
Yes,
You know,
I'm like, I love
yeah.
her so much.
I love listen, I love the new addition
I do
to
too.
season 2.
It's something, right?
Yeah.
They adding something to it. You know,
Wait till
roulette
you
Spice it
and
up a little.
whisper.
We don't know what's going to end up happening.
Right.
Ooh,
Yeah. I'm here for it.
It's all of the things. It's the pink is the clubs in general. The door revolves.
Right.
You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
It's got to.
Very
Everything
swiftly.
does.
Yeah.
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 So, okay. So, no exciting. Have you ever gotten a dick pic in your life?
Yes, but they could have kept that shit.
Why?
It was weak. Like, first of all, I don't
Weak as
necessarily
in
like
on
them. It's just, I was like, why? It's so lame. It looked dirty in the background. Like, I was like,
Yeah, you
Everything
gotta-
matters.
you gotta
Everything
make
matters.
sure
The
That's true.
angle, the
Not
lighting.
appealing
You
at
can't
all.
be
I was
ashy.
like, I don't like
We don't want
that.
to see your feet in the picture.
Right, I don't wanna
We
see
don't want to
that.
see you sitting on the toilet.
No.
We don't want to see the baby bottle in
can't
the
be at a truck
background.
stop.
you couldn't moisturize your thighs a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
And what about shaved or unshaved?
Yeah. I like unshaved. No, I'm saying it wrong. I like shaved.
Okay.
I don't like hair.
I was like you old school.
Oh, no.
You don't
I don't like hair. I don't have it and I don't like it.
So that's unshaved.
Yeah.
Yeah, she went unshaved.
No, that's
shaved. Yes.
That's shaved.
Yes.
Right. That's
I like it bald.
So you like a manscape. You like a
I like you
manscape
skate
situation.
very well.
Okay.
I mean, if you want what you need, then I'm gonna need you to do what you need to do.
Oh, period.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Say
see,
less.
people have to understand the art of the dick pic, and we always have, discussed that. And it's all about the angles. You know how we certain angles, our butt looks bigger,
Yes.
and it look nicer. Our legs look longer. Same thing with the dick.
But what do? You get this dick pic and it look like it's like, oh snap, oh it's fat, oh it's. thick.
Sometimes y'all be squeezing it to make it look bigger. It is
doing all
not.
kind of tricks.
No. First of all, when you squeeze it, that's what you feel. So the visual is just what you gonna feel
When
on
they
that
be
post.
squeezing
So
it.
you know what I mean?
To make it look more. I'm like,
When you squeeze it, that's what
That
you
ain't
feel.
There's nothing wrong with that. Listen.
okay.
I'm just saying, don't give me that eye. I'm just telling you the truth. I'm telling you the truth. So what do you feel like when you get this picture and you're just like, oh, all right, this is going to be a good 10.
It depends on if it's like solicited or
That's
unsolicited.
exactly. Don't send me an unsolicited. I need to
I
ask
agree.
you for that.
I agree.
And like, I don't think guys should send dick pics before you've seen their dick.
Agreed.
See, now a lot of guys think that they should show you a pic so that it'll make
So
you
you
want
can
it.
want it, but
See, I feel like we
I don't like that. I can feel.
We've had
I
sex.
agree.
I
Like,
get an
I
idea.
don't want to.
Yeah.
So you
I
never
agree.
sent one out?
No.
You
Really?
hesitated. He hesitated.
It was a little pause.
He lying.
Drink the drink.
Drink the drink.
His body
He never
language.
sent out an unsolicited.
No, he sent out a dick pic because I could tell you were lying by how your movement.
She said it right there.
Okay, you
that
never
was the
sent
lip
out an
service.
unsolicited.
It was the requested package.
There you
thing.
go.
Yeah.
Because you know it's a whole package, baby. It is. It's a whole
Down in the
package.
back.
Right. Send the pack.
That's that cornbread right there.
Have you ever been to a male review show?
Yes.
I have not, and I hear that there's a good one in New York. My friend Ivari told me about it. Supposedly it's a good one out here. I have not been to it. But you know what? When I got married, so glad I'm out of that. When I got
Side note.
yes, when I got married, I never wanted the male strip. I like the females better. Like I don't want you swinging
I
all
hear
over
a
my
lot
face.
of women
I like the
say
women.
that.
Until they go.
Really?
See, that's the thing. You haven't been yet.
Okay.
I thought that too. I hosted a male review show a couple of times.
Okay.
And so I never probably would have went if I didn't host, but it was actually really fun. And I've always wanted to do a lip service like male review show because I feel like we don't have those enough, like with the guys, because they actually do a lot of tricks too.
They do.
Yes.
Yeah.
They do.
The lifting,
They
the flipping.
do
And
tricks with the
all
women.
things.
They should
So
all
I've never
Yeah.
been to like a male review, but I've been to Swinging Richards a couple times.
That's the one. That's
Atlanta.
no, that's in Atlanta.
That's in
That's
Atlanta.
the one I heard about too.
Richards.
literally swinging.
Swinging.
dick.
Swinging Richards.
At least
Yes.
they didn't call it Little Richard.
Okay. It was not the Tutti Frutti. It was,
Okay.
I've been a few times.
And how was it?
We used to just go just to have something to do. You know, like we get tired of the regular shit, so you want to try something different.
Because I think that'd be a fun night out. Like,
It
because
was
it's something different.
I went a few times.
It's
It
hard
was
to find-
one time that I went and I had a guy friend that I was just, associated with through, being in the club and out in the streets or whatever. And actually Cherokee is a good friend of his too.
Okay.
And I was I'm in the club and me and my homegirl, we just in there drinking and having a good time. And then we see him standing at the bar. So we go over like, what you doing in here? And he like, I'm gay. What y'all doing in there? We like, you gay. I've known this man for 8 years, had no idea he was gay until I seen him in a damn gay strip club.
And he was just like,
He was exactly what he said. Like, girl, you ain't know. I had no idea.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now,
I need
Brandee,
to
how
check
long were
that
you
out.
married for?
14 years.
Wow.
I know.
Okay.
I know that
You
nigga ran
tried.
off at around like year 7 though. So, but it's the best thing for me. I was sad for a long time, but I'm like, ooh, everything happens for a reason. I'm so grateful.
Did he hit you up now, like seeing everything that's been happening?
Oh, he got too much pride to do that, but you see it.
Oh,
you see it.
You see it.
Definitely see it, girl. He see it.
You
That right
see
there.
it.
From every angle with the good light. You hear
That's
me?
right.
Yes, he
That
do.
billboard was
With
put
the
up
good light.
right by his job, so
Because
he
we
had
know
to
that
pass
light
by that
matters.
shit in
Every
Memphis.
morning.
Every morning you had to drive by and see that.
It feels good, don't it?
Oh, it feels so good.
Would you get married again?
I would. I would, but right now I'm just chilling. I'm
Right.
like, I'm enjoying just living. I don't know what I want right now.
Okay, good. Well, you enjoy yourself.
Yep.
It's the moment. Yeah.
Now, how competitive is it in the strip club? Like, what are the rules when somebody has a guy that normally comes in to
They're
see
regular?
them? Yeah, they're regular. Like, but then another woman might approach. Tell me, like, how this works, so we know.
So case by case scenario, but normally if there's a regular that comes in the club on the regular basis and he's always there, you know that he's such and such is regular.
Okay.
Right. So you're not going, if you an established girl and been at this club for umpteen years and you know that Larry coming
Like
here
don't
to
come
see
after
Trina.
a coach.
Yeah.
Refer to
Yeah,
his coach.
exactly.
Got it.
Ain't nobody going to approach coach because they know he coming there to see you.
Right.
So, but all the time. Sometimes it might be a new girl.
Right.
And you don't know that coach came to see Sadie's. So she might, go on and shake a little tail feather. And it's usually the guy that'll be like, I'm here to see, a specific person. Or they might, buy her a drink and give her a little conversation.
To move on.
Yeah, and just pass the time. But it's a respect thing, and it's kind of like an unspoken rule. Like, you're not about to step on the next bitch toes because you wouldn't want her to do it to you.
That's
what would
right.
make you not like somebody?
Oh, it's a lot of reasons. Bitches be lying, stealing. Stealing, I think, will be the number one reason.
Now, how does the stealing work? I always wondered that because Spider took me
Love
and
Spider.
did research before episode 1 of season 1. And she just made me pay attention to the girls and just watch stuff. And she was like, watch that. Because it like people would like try to move the money with the foot and stuff. And I'm like, girl, you bold?
Yeah. So the customers be stealing a lot. I used to watch men customers. So, during the time that I worked at Magic City, it was from 2005 to 2011. So in that 6, 7, 8, 9 period, it was the big Make It Rain with the Lil Wayne song and all of the Make It Rain era happened during that time. And Jeezy coming and spending $35,000 or whatever the case, right? So it would literally be a guy. And I remember this one specific guy that used to come in the club all the time, and we would call him that stealing ass nigga because nobody knew his name.
Remember that?
Yeah, that stealing ass
Write that
nigga.
down. Write that down. Write that shit down.
So
Write
he
that
would
shit
have
down.
a sweat towel. So he would have his sweat towel, he would wipe his head, and then he would drop the towel on the ground, and when he would pick it up, he would pick up.
So embarrassing.
So Tori, you hear this?
Yeah.
We gotta remember this
Did
season
they
3.
y'all jump them?
No, I mean, he would pick up $10 at a time.
Because I was like, you
care
picking
about
up
that.
the singles with a towel.
But
So
still. It's
just disrespectful.
now, as far as the
First of all.
females,
Right.
as far as the dancers stealing, so we be on piles, right? So what that means is, if say for instance, that magical night that happened at Rain with the $20,000.
Yeah.
So.
I just was there. We threw 20 grand.
Okay.
Yeah,
right.
at the club that I bartend at. Yeah. So you see how we had the section and all of the money that was in the section was mine, but the money that was everywhere else was for whoever, right? So remember when the one girl came and was dancing on Janae, and I gave her money
I think she hit
separately.
her up on DM too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I gave her money separately in her hand because she wasn't to touch what was on the floor. But there will be girls that will be like, oh, I'm on this pile. You cannot come in on money that's already on the floor.
Because
Okay.
that's you didn't
This
start
already my
this.
money.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wasn't here in the beginning. You ain't
Right.
picking up none of this in the end.
That's right.
So you better ask to get paid in your hand.
That's
But
right.
then there would be the girls that would make the big fuss about it. Or when it comes to the pile, you would have the girls that would go and count the money behind your back and skim a little something off the top. Diamond.
Oh, don't do it, Diamond.
She was the biggest thief in Magic City for about 20 years.
Oh, I thought
Which
you
is
were
why she
talking
no longer
about.
works
The
there.
character, no, she talking about.
Oh, no, I'm talking about a real
Lil
situation.
Rhinestone.
I'm talking about a real situation that everybody knows this girl's a thief.
Wow. I have
Everybody.
a question now because I went to the club with Tyler and Maine from our show as well. So how does it work? Like, we already had our dances going and stuff, and then the girls were coming up trying to get in on it. Is that the example you're talking about? Because it's just
Money
like
in hand.
all
Now,
of a
it's
sudden,
not
like
that
you're
they
forcing
can't.
your way in.
So now you have to, as an entertainer, you are supposed to know how to handle that situation. If it's already girls dancing and somebody called you over in the crew, it was 3, 4 of y'all, right? So y'all already got girls dancing, but Maine sees somebody that he's interested in and he wanted, start up a conversation and okay, go ahead and dance. It's up to her to say, well, I'm not entitled to any of this money that's already on the floor. So if you want me to dance, either I need a separate pile or you can just pay me in my hand.
Got it.
So that's how that goes.
It's the economics
like,
and
damn,
the
it is.
business of
It's a
it.
business.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
For me,
This is
when
not just shake your
and it's
ass.
a
When I
Girls,
used to
too.
work
Yes.
in this strip club, the only girls like everybody hated was the ones jerking guys off in the lap dance room. It's like, at least take them to the champagne room for that, bro. $25.
Yeah.
Oh, you ruining the whole game.
For everybody.
Messing up
Everybody.
everybody's money.
Mercedes
Mercedes says that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Because that's real.
You just messing up everybody's money. It's horrible. And then you making the
now you're making other girls feel like this is what you have to do to get this.
Or the
coin
customers
too.
feel like,
And
like, oh, I'm
right.
expecting that.
Yeah.
Every time I
That's what I
hear
was
from
gonna
every
say.
girl that's up in here.
They feel like if one girl gonna do it, then they all gonna do it. And it's just like, we ain't all that trifling, huh?
That's right.
I'm not a rap, but girls used to go and tell the owners and get girls fired.
So I'm gonna tell y'all
that.
from my experience and all of the years that I danced, I would say that the most trifling, cutthroat, nasty, down gutter girls that would just do anything was the ones that had pimps.
Always.
Yeah, because it was their, they had that back.
And it's always the girl who got a man waiting for her at the bar.
I feel like Gigi got to be a consultant on the show. Or
I
something.
know, like I need your number. We gotta talk.
Yes, of course.
What's actually interesting to see, like that's a position.
Right.
It is
A show consultant.
Yes.
That's a producing
It really is.
position. You know what I mean? I think because of the research that's been done on the show and the dancers, like one of our writers used to be a dancer.
See?
You know?
Now I feel like Gigi need
Exactly.
a book.
Like everybody goes through something in this life and it's not for naught.
Oh, my story is crazy.
Do you understand what I'm saying? And like to be able to use that, pass it on and pass that knowledge and stuff like that, it's real.
Yeah.
It's real. Monetize it as well as get your own dreams,
Yeah.
I remember Katori telling me your name when I first got the job. Like, these are the type of women I'm envisioning for Mercedes. And you were one of the people. And I was like, researching Gigi. Like,
Gigi got some great videos online.
Yeah. So let me tell you, there's a long list of similarities that Angela has, right? But when the show first started, I got phone call after phone call after DM about everything. Last Dance, Hurricane Katrina, first name, last name, Snack Pack, Trinity. Like, it's so many comparisons. And people would be like, they owe you a check. And I would be like, no, they don't. Like, my strip club life and countless other women lives have been used as muses for this storyline. And I have no issue with that because I would rather the show be authentic than some made up shit that never really happened. Like the fact that there are similarities, and I know that, again, Simone is also kind of like a liaison to help authenticate the script outside of her being an actress. And I was so proud of her for that because it's like, yes, girl, let them know. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and
really,
she'll let you know real quick. She'll be like,
really tell
arch your
them
back
what
because
it is.
you ain't gonna never get no money doing it like that. I'm like,
Exactly. Point them toes. I don't care how big your
Literally.
shoes is. Point them toes. You know, but it's so many similarities, but at the same time, again, I'm honored. Like I wouldn't ever think of being like taking it in a negative light. It's definitely been all positive from season one, from before the show even started. When Virgo and Simone told me that they were casted and what the show was about, I was just like, okay, go ahead, like, go girl, go. And then again, to get the phone call for season 2.
You were like, yes, bitch.
it's an honor. And when I first sat down, the first thing I said was like, are you happy with it?
Yes.
Because that's what feels good because
Yes.
it's like, I don't know this world. I'm portraying it. You know it. So it feels so good when they always ask me in the press. I'm like, no, I want to hear from the women that actually have done it.
Yeah.
Like, if they are happy with it, I don't give a shit what nobody
I gotta
else
say,
feels.
out of everything, that Last Dance is the biggest homage because I don't know if y'all know this, but I created that.
No, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
So when I decided to leave Magic City, it was because I was in a relationship with a well-to-do man who's in the music industry, and he just didn't want me in the club anymore. And we had a conversation, and that conversation ended with, okay, I'm gonna quit. So I literally went to work that Monday and went straight into the office and told management that this is my last day. So they're like, okay, but you just not gonna quit. Like, this could be your last day working, but this ain't gonna be your last day on the stage. Like, you are not the average woman that came through this club. You can't just walk away. Like, you have to give the family, friends, and followers something to remember. Like, your fans deserve that. Like, I literally was the one that they would come in the club asking for. Like, Mercedes, your Kelly and Michelle, that was me.
Yes.
Jupiter and Extra Extra. Like, me, Virgo, and Simone, we were the Trinity. We were the Snack Pack was that Destiny's Child of the club. So they were like, Beyonce just can't leave. Like, how dare you? Yeah. So there, he's like, you have to give one last performance, right? So I was always the queen of the themes. Every birthday party, I did a Sex and the City theme. I did a Magic City Tokyo theme. Like, I'm big on like creativity and like really giving that performance aspect to strip because I come from a dance background. Me and Cherokee both come from that, and China as well. We all come from that
dancing
from that dance background. Exactly. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have a final performance, right? It took me 7 months. I had a choreographer. I had props. I had 15 other women besides the snack pack to help with the production. I had celebrity drops. Angela was there, right?
Oh my gosh, I want to see this performance.
I'll send you. It's on YouTube. I'll send you the 12-minute recap of it. Yes. So, Flashdance. The
chair, the water, all the things.
So that was my finale. So I danced to, it was a medley of music that we danced to. It was a 28-minute performance.
I love it.
And it was a medley of music that we danced to. And at the end, for my finale performance, I changed my whole entire costume. I put a chair on the stage, and the entire time there was this banner. The ring. I'm so glad y'all brought the ring too. Right. I'm so glad y'all brought the ring too. Anyway, so the ring, right? So across the stage was a banner that said Gigi McGuire. But what it really was one of those balloon drops. But it was filled with 2001s and iridescent confetti that make it look like water.
Nice.
So at the end of my performance, I danced to Beyonce Dance for You. And Daddy, you know what's up. At the very end, I did the whole flash dance thing with the chair. And then I grabbed the cord, and the money and the confetti flew down on me like it was water.
Everything.
So since it was the flash dance theme and it was my last time dancing on Magic City stage, I literally recreated the flash dance DVD cover for my photo shoot and for my promo material.
So here for it.
And I crossed out Flash and covered it with Last. So the name of the party was called The Last Dance. I had it filmed for DVD, and I sold over 500 copies, and it was like a huge deal. I made close to $30,000 that night. It was a huge deal, right?
Wow.
I love that.
So after me, Jessica Dime was the first reality star to have a Last Dance on TV. Her scene on Love and Hip Hop, her opening scene on Love and Hip Hop, her introduction to the show was her leaving a club in Miami and having a Last Dance. To this day, I can scroll down Instagram on the Explorer page and I'll see random flyers for girls having their last dance. Never was supposed to be a thing. That was just the theme of my party.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying.
But-
living your truth, doing your thing.
Because
Like
it was
gender reveal. Who
such
started
right.
Yeah. Like I know, right?
But because it was such a big thing, Bossip picked that, made it to the blogs. Like
Yeah,
such
it was a big
because
deal.
such it was a big deal, it became a thing. And to this day, this was 2011. Here we are, almost 12 years later.
Yeah, 2022.
People have this last dance in strip clubs all around the world. And when I saw that part of P-Valley, I lost it. Like the amount of emotions that overcame me just knowing that something I created that wasn't even intended to be a thing not only made it to so many different strip clubs around the world, but that made it to a scripted TV
Gigi,
show.
love her someday in P-Valley. I'm not going to lie.
I am
But Gigi,
obsessed.
I love what she is.
I'm obsessed. I know everything. I'm
Like,
obsessed.
I purposely
love
only
that.
watch
I'm
the
obsessed.
episodes that have come on TV because I didn't want to know too much. Because then I'd be like, I like to watch it when everybody's watching it, so you could go online and join in the Twitter party and the fun and everything. But I mean, is it already a season 3 coming? Do we know that?
We pray so. We waiting on the call too.
I know.
Because I
That's
can't
right.
see how.
No, look, she
Look at right.
Check phone now.
This phone.
I mean, there's no way. Just
It
with
has
the way
to
the
be.
numbers.
No, it has to be.
Listen, stranger things have happened.
No, for real.
Stranger things have happened.
Yeah.
But I've been in
It's
this.
all about the economics.
That's right.
Yeah.
I've been in this game long enough that I'm not counting nothing until the contract
we get
is
the contract
signed.
in. Right.
I
I would be shocked either way. Not either way. I would be shocked if we did not. But it ends so beautifully that I would still be so proud.
Season 2 does?
Yes.
Okay.
I would be
Did
so
you feel
proud.
that way about season 1 though? The way it was season 1 ended?
Season 1 ended, and my truth, I was afraid. I just didn't know. But I mean, we got picked up so early. We got picked up after episode 2.
That's true.
In season
That's true.
1. So before I could even get to the point of wondering, like, I feel like season 2 is way better than season 1. And I just know what's to come. Like, I loved 1. I really loved 2. And then as it goes, I swear it gets better. So that one would hurt because I'd be like, for real? Like, this is really good. But then I'm like, but we killed that shit.
Yeah.
If this is the end, we killed it. Yeah.
It's this thing of literally like, what you waiting for? There's no need to wait to be
know what it
great.
is.
To
Yeah.
like get in here and like let's duke this out and let's do it. And I love that. I love that. And I feel like if there is a season 3, it's gonna be even more because like where it's going.
Oh, where it's going.
Where it's going is eek. For real. It's the thing of like
I just thought about the finale. Y'all ain't ready.
I don't even know if
I
we
can't
ready. For me, I know, like,
Don't you send Gigi them episodes. She gonna watch it tonight.
All 5.
All of them.
it's about the creativity. Like, I'm sitting here across from you, listening to you tell that story. Like, that's amazing.
Right.
You know, people, don't realize all that goes into it. They think that, you just put on some floss and you go shake your ass.
hell
Like, that's not what, it's nothing like
And
that.
one thing that's also great about the show is that you guys really put a spotlight on the art of the performance.
Yes.
Like Jamaica did that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like it's
The rehearsals that happen.
That you got to go through. It takes a week and a half even.
Yeah.
And that's fast.
As an actor, there were days I snuck in. Season 1, we were at Tyler Perry Studios. Snuck into there to do that, the episode 3 with Coach. Picked him up from the airport. We had just met. My pass worked and I was like, let's rehearse. And literally rehearsed. There were times when Nicco would be like, what you doing here? He would come out, what you doing here? Sitting on Clifford office. I'm on the pole. Like, because it's
we
just
were
like,
really just working around the clock because it takes that much to do this and to make it look the way that it looks. You know, whether that's, you just a natural. Oh, thank you. We just really rehearsed.
Yeah.
You know?
And it also made me mad at myself for being so ignorant in the past because I didn't know what all went into it. I thought it was one thing. And then I think like it's sore and all this thing I'm going through. Did you just really throw $10 and that's it? Like, do you realize how hard I rehearsed, how much this trick
of all,
I've been working on this trick for years.
$150
the shoes,
alone.
my makeup, my lashes, and I'm touching up in between. Like as an actor, I'm trying to keep it together. And I got to stay fresh for you. And that's all you gonna give me? It's a whole thing. I can only imagine.
That's why you don't want that afternoon shift sometimes.
Listen.
It was also really wild when we would film. Sometimes when we're filming, we have like earwigs in our ear so we can hear the music because sound wise it can't play. And so when those moments happen and like the background actors are there and they are hearing the sweat, the heaving, the skin burning, like they're hearing all the pole burns.
That one scene, I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
In season 1, when you got the red outfit on and they cut all of the music and all you hear is when I tell you that's so real, we be on that pole like
and you know what?
Still making it look sexy and everything
still
like
making
that.
it look sexy, but grunting and breathing and that was a real deal.
And I didn't realize that even in season 1, if I'm honest, because Spider did that trick for me on the ceiling in season 1. Season 2, I learned how to do more things and I'm dropping and when you like head first and squeeze, I'm like,
that descendant angel.
The thighs that burn and all that. And I was just like, oh my gosh. And I remember the audience members.
That's what I was going to say.
In episode 2, when we were lighting those heels and they would be like, hold on. And I'm like locked up there on the pole. And they're like, 1 second, Brandee. And the audience is literally looking at me going, our background going, it's okay. You got it. Girl.
And you got to stay up there.
And you're still holding up there. And I'm like, y'all, I'm dying. And I'm burning right now.
And my heels are on fire.
My heels are on fire.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Sometimes you would see their faces and like, oh, damn. And it's like, cut. We can't use that, guys. You guys are supposed to be amazed. You're supposed to be having fun, like hyping her up. And it's like,
because you drop down, they see my hands bleed. And I'm like, it's okay, it's okay. Right. And they're like, put a Band-Aid on. I can't because then I'll slip on the pole. Right. I got to just let this just go.
The pole needs your
you like your role, don't you?
Well, listen.
You didn't have to do none of that.
Who says that?
But keep watching.
Who says that?
Keep watching.
Oh, shit now.
Shuck it, duck it, quack, quack, baby. Uncle Clifford, the reason why the Pink even exists is because she took the club and made it from the juke joint that Grandmother Ernestine had, played by Loretta Devine, and turned it into a shake joint. And the shake joint comes from Uncle Clifford being a dancer and really being in love with that aspect of life. So,
Now that's a little teaser. FYI, you're getting kidnapped, okay?
Oh, God. That kidnap situation.
That's not funny. I'm sorry. If my friends try to do some shit like that.
No. Like, for real. Like, it was a very serious thing. For real, somebody could have died. Someone could have really died. But I think that they knew it. And for a grandmother to set it up, like, go take the recycling.
You better have my hairstylist there. You better have my makake artist. You better
or have a fairy godmother like Grandmother Ernestine, that can send it and get it all in when she's like, we're gonna have a birthday party with the boom boom zoom.
Oh, she said we're gonna have a boom boom zoom with your ace boom coon.
You better know the line. You better know the line.
I love her character.
Oh, I love Loretta. She's
her character.
story.
Yeah.
Isn't it nice to work with? She's like a legend.
No, that's exactly what it is. I remember when speaking of legend, y'all know we was filming this Pandemic Child. We were all like, that was all of our grandmama for real. Remember we were in that house and we was opening windows because she was sitting there, we was watching Project Runway and we was waiting forever to film.
Yeah.
And we was all in there and it was me, it was Virgo on the bed and who else was in there? Chinette. And we was all just sitting in there and we was like texting each other. We were like, girl, do you realize what is happening right now?
We really just
meanwhile,
right.
y'all got them windows up in there for my grandma. You know we got a legend in there. I'm like, don't worry, not on our watch.
I'm like, y'all better, Brandee, make sure the windows is open and getting ventilation.
I'm like, windows are open and we are in the back. She is by the TV by herself. But it was just a beautiful moment. It's amazing.
It sounded like y'all had so much fun, just even behind the scenes working.
We had to. We had to.
That
It was
part.
so many long hours and cold. Like, towards the finale, please know that it was snowing. When you start seeing these scenes that are outside, cold. Is it the next episode, I think, when I'm running out? Maybe. No, it's later on. It's later on. But I mean, it started raining, it's cold, and you just got to act like it ain't happening. And that's when you just look over at your girl and be like, bitch, but we living our dream. You know what I mean?
Right. That's right.
And it's all worth it.
It's all worth it, right?
That's right. It's
People
awesome.
would die to be here. Be grateful. So yeah.
Well, listen, we appreciate y'all so much. Honestly, like it is an honor to have you guys here because we do love P-Valley and we support the show so much. I know Gigi's having her moment here too. So I love that though.
Yeah.
Just to even hear you express how you feel about the representation on the show.
Yeah.
That makes me so happy. Yeah.
Truly.
And y'all really
so
killed it.
genuine.
I cannot wait to see you on the pole. Okay, Nico.
Which
I'm
one?
Clifford. Well, the one you were talking about earlier.
And congratulations to you.
Yes.
Well, I just want to say I'm loving seeing this moment for you. And you deserve all the flowers and all of the success. I really pray that your career goes beyond your wildest imagination.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. It's just an honor to be here with you guys. And I know in Memphis, they must be so proud of you too.
It's amazing. Child, I was a school teacher. I taught high school English. So my students
an English
are
major.
gagging. Yes. And it's beautiful because I would tell them all the time, you can live your dream. But then deep down, sometimes I'd be like, I'm getting older though. And I was like, nope, keep pushing for it. It's a beautiful moment now when I have students like Miss Evans. Thank you. You told me, you're showing us what you taught us in the classroom. So
They're like, look at Miss Evans on the pole.
You know what's crazy?
I didn't. No. Oh my gosh. I did get one pic and I deleted it so fast I forgot until
From
this
a
one
student?
moment from a freaking student. And he talking about some Miss Evans, I'm grown now. And I swiped deleted so fast. I just remember right now. I deleted so fast because I was like, boy. Miss Evans, I'm grown now. I forgot about that.
Wow.
Yes,
That's
I
you,
did.
Brandee. That's how you teaching the ABCs?
Listen. I was
Miss
a fly
Evans was a
teacher.
fly teacher
I was a fly
regardless,
teacher.
so I know.
I was just thinking like, wow, she must have had a lot
Honey,
of
I was teaching English in stilettos. Like,
Yes, you
all right, what's a noun?
Please, even as a girl, I want to be like Miss Evans when I grow up.
I love
Fly
that.
teacher.
Yeah.
Now, me and you, Miss Evans. Now.
I had a math teacher in high school. I forget her name, but she was so fly. She always had her hair done. She always had some nice shoes on and
Yes.
a nice handbag.
Right, them
That was
kids
Miss
wasn't
Glenn
missing
for
that.
me
She always
in
had
high
a Fendi
school.
bag. I'll never forget it. Her work bag was a Fendi bag.
Wow.
One of my
I
aunts
was like, I
was
wanna
a
be like
teacher
her.
growing up, and she was, to this day, is the most glamorous woman I ever saw in my life.
Ain't it weird when later in life
and
you
she
see
was a
teachers
teacher.
end up with one of the students? Because I done seen some of the teachers from my old high school that married one of
What
my.
school you done went to?
Wow,
It
that's
is all kind of
crazy.
scandal at that.
And she was a private school.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's where they always
Right.
have the scandal.
That is
Oh my
true.
God.
That is true.
No,
Coming up
true.
here tonight, I saw one of my students. I didn't realize that it was her. She was just like, Mr. Nico, you don't remember me? And I was like, she just called my name, and I just thought it was someone who may know the show or something like that. And I was just like, hey.
How you doing?
You know, exactly. She was like, you don't remember me? So-and-so from, Greenburgh, upstate New York. She was like, you used to be my teacher. I was like, oh, snap, Kiki, you're grown. She's
grown up.
grown. She's grown. And her boyfriend is an engineer coming up here. They have their session and stuff like that. And I was just like,
Get out of here. Right?
this
You're in the room.
is insane.
That's a great
Awesome.
feeling.
It's so
Teachers are like
insane.
the most important jobs, honestly, like to be a teacher and influence those kids. And then for them to see this now.
Yes.
In a weird way, it's the thing to me that kind of teaching helps to teach you.
Yes.
You know, because you consistently are seeing like, oh, I can do that better. Oh, I didn't make that mistake. Or I'm pouring into you what I wish had been poured into me.
Right.
You know what I mean? And like, that's just dope. Like when you have that perspective, you know, it's hard. It is a thankless job.
Right.
Yes.
You are not making the money, all the things. But like, so if anything, you got to get connected to like why you doing it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, I love it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys. I cannot wait till y'all come back and then we can talk about season 3.
Yes.
You know, maybe
Come on.
toward the end of this season, like by the finale.
Who,
And then
we gotta come back for the finale.
Yes.
I'm here for
you
that.
gonna definitely want us back for the finale, honey.
We should actually do it in
really was.
Atlanta.
Ooh.
We should.
on.
That
We
would
should
be
do it in
nice.
front
And
of
then
a
that way
live
we can have
audience.
more of
We can do it at
y'all.
Magic
Ooh,
City.
in front of a live
We can
audience.
have my
Magic, I would
girls
love
come.
that.
We can
That
have
would be
girls
epic.
come.
And then
and
we
we
have
can
all
have
the girls
some.
there. I would love
That would be dope.
That would be
And
beautiful.
Magic would definitely be down
They'll
to
do
do
it.
I would love that.
Yes.
They would
Magic
definitely be
actually,
down to do it.
that's when we met Magic
At
during the
pilot.
Yep.
That's
That
my
was-
daddy. Y'all know that?
Did not.
Yeah.
I love that.
I told you, Gigi McGuire was born at Magic City.
Wow.
Big Magic
When you were
is
telling that
Gigi
story,
McGuire's
you know, I
daddy.
was like, those are the lines that Uncle Clifford said to Mercedes. So what you gonna do when you leave?
what you gonna do when you
All right,
leave?
Oh,
fine.
you
think
want to know
that's-
what I did when I left?
What?
Opened the pole dance studio.
Girl, get
That's what I did with my last dance money. That's what I did with my last dance. My last dance
Our
money.
imitating
I opened
I
a pole
know.
dance studio. Yes, I did.
That's so. Oh,
Wow.
That's why I gotta show you this list.
I can't wait. I'm about to go home and
Y'all
stalk you.
when y'all
I'm about
see
to do
this
some
list.
research.
There's a whole
and she
list.
really is that one.
I really am the one. I'm gonna know so much by the time I see you again.
Yeah.
Well, again, we appreciate y'all so much for coming
Yes.
through. Honestly,
Thank you.
We
Nico, Brandee,
appreciate
thank you.
you.
We will see you at the end of the season, and then we'll celebrate the new season. We'll do it in Atlanta. We'll do it at Magic City.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Here for that. Here for that. Thank y'all for keeping, you know, the show and us on the tongues of the people for these
love
2
it,
years on
and
the
we love
in-between.
y'all.
Like, for real.
We
It's great.
love you.
Oh, I just want to say one last thing before we leave in regards to my episode is that I'm having a viewing party at the club that I bartend at, Rain. And this is really for the people
Yes.
because I
Y'all
did
better
a
go.
birthday set when my birthday was last month, and I did a birthday set and I danced that night, which was the first time since my last dance that I danced. But I didn't
What?
tell anybody that I was dancing.
Okay.
I just kind of did it.
Uh-huh.
So so many people got mad at me, like, I would have came if I know you was there. How dare
I would have came if I knew.
So July 2nd, which is a Saturday night
Okay.
at Club Rain, we are
Okay.
having a watch party for episode 5, and I am hitting the stage. I'm trying to get Virgo to dance with me.
Oh my God.
But she big business now and about to have representation, so I don't know if she's gonna be able to do it. I don't know. My girl bigger than me these days, so I don't know if she's gonna be able to do it. But I did talk to her about it. We trying to figure out if she'll be able to, but I'm definitely hitting the stage. So this is another announcement
I love
for
it.
those that missed the first one. There will be an encore.
You're coming out of
And then
retirement
guess
for
what?
one
And
day.
that's gonna be the last time because bitch, I'm tired. Auntie's tired. Okay.
But Auntie
Motherfucking
still got it. Auntie still
Oh,
got it.
baby, I showed up and showed out for that
Come
birthday
on.
set.
You gotta go to her page.
I showed
I'm
out
happy
for the
to see
birthday
that.
set. So
Like,
yeah,
I saw
I'm
when
definitely dancing
look,
again.
You gotta show them the pictures
I will.
from that night, the other night. Like I almost fainted. I was like, "Gee, you looking so good, girl."
Yes.
I almost sent her like a winky heart emoji.
She put you in your feelings.
It was
like,
totally unexpected.
was
Like I really didn't
actually-
tell nobody.
I was actually in the office downstairs talking to Angela, and we were like in conversation, and the picture just came out, and I was like, "Oh my God, look at these pictures!" I stopped the conversation. I'm like, "Did you see this?"
I love that.
Yeah,
right, well,
I
Do
love
your
the
thing,
support.
Queen. Do
Yes.
your thing.
Let's
So
celebrate
good.
it all. P Valley. Okay, let's go. Season
All right.
3.
Come on,
Yes,
lip
make sure y'all
service.
tune in Sunday.